It turned out that just minutes after Justine got off the bus, police received a disturbing call. A female motorist saw a male driver of a black Nissan Qashqai pushing a girl into the trunk of his car. The girl was an Asian woman with dark hair wearing sportswear and was described as looking very similar to the missing person. The woman told police that while driving down the road with her 12-year-old son, she saw a suspicious car on the side of the road with its headlights off. The woman became alert and drove past it at a slower pace, looking closely at the auto. She saw a girl lying in the trunk screaming and the kidnapper trying to close the trunk. The woman was frightened but did not engage in an argument with the perpetrator. She drove a safe distance away from that car and called the police. Soon another motorist saw this frightening scene as he drove by. But this time, an Asian girl was sitting in the back seat of the auto and tapping fearfully on the window. That man didn't realize what was happening at first, but wondered what it was. When he got home and discussed the situation with his wife, he realized that something was wrong here. It looked like she had been kidnapped. That's when he called the police at 7:20 p.m. to report that the girl had been kidnapped. Another driver contacted police and said he saw a suspicious Nissan car driving erratically around 6 kilometers from Enniskerry. Patrol officers arrived at the location given by the female caller and found the missing woman's broken cell phone and a bag of bread on the side of the road. This discovery looked very disturbing and suggested that the girl was in trouble. They passed this information on to the station. The investigators, having learned about it and collected all this information, came to the conclusion that the kidnapper attacked the girl coming from the bus stop. He first tried to hide Justine in the trunk, but the girl resisted strongly, and he failed to do so. Then he put her in the back seat of his car and took the girl to an unknown destination. The kidnapper's black Nissan was put on the wanted list. Patrol cars drove around the area and searched for the car. Helicopters inspected the area from the air. By that time it was already dark, which complicated the search for the missing girl. In the end, nothing could be found, so they decided to postpone the search until morning. At dawn, the search was resumed. While the search efforts continued, detectives once again interviewed a female motorist who had witnessed the girl's abduction. She was able to describe the perpetrator. Investigators gathered information on all black Nissan Qashqai cars registered in the area. They turned out to be very few, and one driver aroused their suspicion. It was 40-year-old Mark Hennessy, and he looked very much like the kidnapper's portrait. The police officers went to his house to check on him. The man was not at home, and the door was opened by his wife, Nicola. She told an amazing story. She said the husband had left for work yesterday at 7:30 a.m. as usual and then came home after 3 p.m., had lunch, and left at 5:30 p.m. for a bar. The husband had planned to have a drink and relax after a hard day's work, but never returned home, and